All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and boy, oh boy, CNN just gave us a shocking warning about the next pandemic. And boy, oh boy, this has been talked since 2022, but now CNN is putting it all on the line here. We got to talk about this because we've been talking about some of the things that Dr. Peter Hotez was warning about, even Bill Gates was warning about, but now there's a bird flu that is taking over and has officially entered the United States of America. We also have disease X. We got so many things to talk about. I have to show you guys this video because I couldn't believe when I was seeing it. And once again, I'm not trying to spark any conspiracy theories and all this crazy. I just want you guys to see for yourself how they are trying, in my opinion, to condition the people to start getting used to what's coming. So once again, you can call me whatever you want, but I'm going to show you the proof here of this video. Number one question, hold on, before I even show you guys this video, number one question, will you comply? And it's crazy because all this stuff is literally happening right before Trump enters office, right? We were warned that starting on January 20th, all this stuff will start to happen. You'll know what I'm talking about, but here's the first airing of what's to come to the United States of America. Yeah, take a listen to this. This is CNN because the CDC just announced the first bird flu case in the United States. Take a listen.
Concerning new CDC report on the first severe human case of bird flu in the U.S. Samples taken from a patient in Louisiana show mutations that could make it easier for this virus to spread from person to person. Now, right now, there's no evidence it's been passed along to anyone else, and the CDC says risk to the public.
Boy, oh boy. Look, this is not. I'm not showing you a fabricated video. This is a real video. It's a real video, and if the volume is too low, I apologize. It's a real video, ladies and gentlemen. We already have the first case in the United States of America. Once again, Trump takes office January 20th, inauguration.
Remains low, but experts warn a single mutation like this could potentially lead to another pandemic.
Oh, man. There it is. There it is. I knew it was coming at some point. They were going to say it. Make sure to smash the like button. This video is going to get real. It's going to get very real because something that I got to be extremely careful talking about it. The only thing I'm doing here is just showing you guys what I'm seeing. Now you guys are seeing it. But boy, oh boy, they're saying it. They're saying it.
It's low, but experts warn a single mutation like this could potentially lead to another pandemic.
The virus may mutate and become more easily transmitted person to person. So the more this virus circulates and specifically co-circulates with human strains, that's going to increase the odds of the virus evolving to more human-to-human transmission. And that of course, could signal another pandemic.
Joining us now is Dr. Deborah Birx. You may remember her as the response coordinator for the White House coronavirus.
I'll be honest, man. Another pandemic just comes. I don't think the United States is going to survive another pandemic. And by pandemic, look, when you think about what happened in 2020 with the lockdowns, the vaxes, showing proof of vax in order to enter a certain place. Listen, man, and this is all once again happening right before Trump enters office. So maybe during Trump's presidency, this could be a thing. But yeah, the first severe human case shows mutations.
Virus task force in the first Trump administration. We are very fortunate to have your expertise as we try to figure out what's going on with the bird flu and what it could mean. So far, 65 human cases of bird flu have been reported in the U.S. this year, all contracted by animals. But now we have this new mutation in Louisiana. How worried should we be about bird flu potentially becoming another pandemic?
Well, I love the way you said 63 cases, because I have no idea how many cases there were or are. because our number one principle in preventing pandemics is detect. And if you go to the CDC website, you can see that they're monitoring more than 10,000 exposures, but they've only tested 530. What does that mean? That means we're not testing enough. And we know from other viruses that a lot of the spread can be asymptomatic. So we're kind of have our head in the sand about how widespread this is from the zoonotic standpoint, from the animal to human standpoint. Now, also remember, most of those cases described to date happened in the spring and the summer, not when we had H1N1 circulating right now, when we're running the flu pandemic with throughout.
Why does this lady seem so, why does she seem so excited about this? Seems like very excited talking about this, right? She's very excited. I'm so excited. It's coming. Yes, another one. Like, what's going on? Why are we so excited about this? Right? But it is always going to go down to one thing: compliance. She's enjoying this. I mean, you guys are seeing it right there.
Throughout the United States. So we have rising flu cases, and now we have still zoonotic events coming. So now you've set up for potentially a farm worker getting H5N1, also getting the current flu strain, and reassorting in that individual. To me, that's almost a bigger threat to these mutations happening in individuals over time.
When you say reassorting in that person, what does that mean?
Okay, so the H5 virus, which
oh my God, she's so excited.
Doesn't adapt too well to our upper respiratory tract and is preventing us from getting infected, but infecting cows and pigs and cats and dogs. So our flu, which has the binding sites for us, for our nasal passages. Viruses are very specific, and so they're very animal or human specific. Now we have human flu circulating. At the same time, we have this zoonotic flu circulating.
Man, what's going on? Now, I don't know if you guys remember this one from Peter Hotez, but remember when he was saying this stuff right here.
Here's the reason why we need to care about this stuff, Nicole, is that we have some big picture stuff coming down the pike starting on January 21st. Mr. Bloomberg mentioned H5N1. That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north. It's getting into the poultry. We're seeing sporadic human cases, no human-to-human transmission yet, but that could happen. It's in the cattle, it's in the milk, and that's just the beginning. We have another major coronavirus likely brewing in Asia. We've had SARS in 2002, SARS-2, COVID-19 in 2019, and we know these viruses are jumping.
Yeah, that's the beginning of all of this is, of course, January 21st, the first day of Trump's presidency. It's when you'll start seeing these problems all of a sudden start coming to light. It's pretty crazy. Another pandemic CNN is warning about. This is the type of stuff that makes me want to go, man, get the out of here. I mean, have you guys heard? Look, there's another one right here. Disease X. Disease X is another trending disease. Somebody said this is the Elon Musk disease created by the left. Now, I don't know if this is real, but this is Tom Hartman. He's a doctor. Here he is talking about it.
Mystery-like flu disease X is being investigated. It's killed 79 people. There's different reports, actually. Some reports indicate more than 200 people have died in Congo, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Nobody knows what this disease is. It might be a filovirus. It might be one of these hemorrhagic diseases. It might be a coronavirus. It could be the first real big incidence of a brand new flu, presumably a mutated bird flu. What we do know is that it's mostly killing young people, which is what the bird flu did back in 1918. It hit young people harder than it hit old people. And so nobody knows. Presumably within the next 48 hours, the world will know, because you've got some of the top virologists in the world have headed over to Congo, to Kinshasa, the capital of.
Yeah, most of our doctors and researchers are going to go over there, and then they're going to come back. And you know what happens when they come back, right? You know what happens when they come back. I mean, Yeah, I think it's crazy, but we'll see what happens, man. Look, they're predicting that this could cause another pandemic. Obviously, a pandemic means government shutdown, means business closures, and that'll be two in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know if this country is gonna. I don't think so. But man, does it begin? I think it begins. I really, we hope that this is not the case. But when you start seeing CNN and doctors and big time networks start to push this, and that this could be something of the future, which I really hate. You know what I mean? Like we definitely don't want this. Specifically, if we got a new president coming in, and the next thing you know, all this crazy stuff starts to happen. Again, we don't want this. I don't want this to ever happen again. But it's all about. Here's one thing I'll say about this. I'll be very careful about this. But I think it comes down to compliance. Compliance, right? We saw how the United States of America's citizens. We saw what happened. A lot of us complied. A lot of us didn't. A lot of us got it. A lot of us didn't, right? Business closures, many things. It's really going to come down to something different this time. The propaganda behind this could be very real this time. And once again, I'm not saying that it's not real, but one thing I'm saying is that it's gonna be very interesting seeing United States citizens this time, for the second time, deal with something like this, specifically when the mainstream media was pushing what in 2020. So yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. Somebody said the boy that cried at you. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's very interesting. I just wanted to, spend some time showing you guys exactly what CNN is putting out there. It's not MSNBC. Somebody said stop watching MSNBC. Well, I'm watching what the millions of people are watching and how the other side of the country is thinking. If you don't like it, then you can get the fuck out. It's that simple. You know what I mean? You want good news? Too bad. Because not much good is happening right now. We're being very honest, but that's, they're basically coming up with new pandemics. Could this be the new pandemic? That's the big question. So I'm just here keeping you guys updated on what's going on. And also what I'm showing you, this is what's trending right now. This is, a lot of you guys don't watch what's going on X. A lot of you guys got to keep up with X. You guys got to keep up with what's going on because X gets the news before anybody else, right? So we're getting news now that potentially new pandemic could be on the rise, and that CNN is reporting. This is big stuff because we're finding out first what their move could be in 2025, right? I remember when the first COVID report started to come out, a lot of people didn't believe it. They was like, man, this is bullshit. I don't want to believe it. And then next thing you know, the country is closed down because a lot of people were misinformed and ill-informed on how to get ready for stuff like this. And they had to panic sell stocks, panic sell their home. They had nowhere to go. A lot of people got stuck. The economy collapsed. Inflation flew. I mean, these are the types of things you gotta realize. You gotta be ahead of the curve, right? You can't buy into a stock if you don't know what the news is. You gotta be able to know what the news is and what's going on, because a lot of people are dumping the news, but they're buying the rumors, right? They're buying the rumors, selling the news, right? You gotta treat this stuff as if it's your own business too. You might have a Roth IRA, you might have money in the markets, and you don't even know what's coming, right? So you got to be. This is why I propose the news to you. If the United States of America's government is losing $24 billion, what does that tell you? That means that fiat currency is on the down low. That means that other countries are looking to buy up more land in the United States of America, whatever it is that could be happening. You got to be up to date with these things. If you're not, then you got to treat this, because at the end of the day, if you're a United States citizen, you're at the top of the peak. You're at the peak of the game. You're at the top. You got to know what's going on at the top, because a lot of people at the bottom, they want what you got. But again, I just wanted to, I love this hat, by the way. Just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that, look, there's a push for this, right? We heard the rumors, but now it seems like the networks they're picking it up. They're writing articles about it, and they're pushing it to millions of people, right? You don't watch CNN. I don't normally watch CNN. I just get the clips and I get to see what's going on over there. But you might say, well, I don't care about it. But millions of people, this is what they're watching, Millions of people during the pandemic, what were they watching? Why do you think millions of people, millions, and I'm talking about millions and millions of people got inspired to go get the vax? They got inspired to go do it, to go see it. Why? Because of what they were watching. You know what I mean? So, you know, it might bother you when I start to show things like this, but I'm just showing you exactly what other people that don't think like you are seeing and what they're getting influenced by and what they think is coming or what they're being scared about or all of this. Panama Canal, very interesting topic. I saw an update on Panama Canal. Yeah, they were threatening to it. I just want to be careful the language I use on here. That's all. That's all I'm saying, guys. I just got to be careful what I use. You know, we got to be extremely careful on how we do it. Somebody said it's not as bad. Bird flu is not as bad as COVID. All this, look, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to give you information, but you know, at this point, does it matter whether something is bad or not? It just, I think what matters is the propaganda behind telling people that, you know what I mean? You got to be careful. All right, make sure to smash the like button. I hope you guys enjoyed this version of the reports and the news. Maybe I'll come back later with some bigger and better news. I'm sorry that I got to bring you guys this news, but this is what's going on CNN. This is what they're reporting. I thought that this is very, very eye-opening to see that this is the route that they're taking and that they're potentially putting stuff like this out there. So very, very interesting. If you're not interested, then you can click off. See you guys on the next one. See you guys a bit.